Hi Posh fam, welcome back to my channel, Posh Cat Eyes Unfiltered. Oh my god, episode 9, our first ever commitment ceremony, guys. Mate, it packed a punch. I am literally reeling from the episode that just was, or that I just watched. It was a lot to take in. It was a lot. Now, I think I deserve a drink or maybe some healthy salad. I need to calm my nerves. And you also need to get something to drink before you watch my recap. And before you do that, some gentle reminders. Please, please, please subscribe to my channel, like and comment, please. And thank you to my new and existing subscribers for subscribing and for also staying on. Thank you so much. Anyways, I'm gonna grab some salad, have that to calm my nerves, and then I'll come back and vlog, all right? You all know that confessions week ended with a few casualties. And that's how we are entering the commitment ceremony tonight. You know, what happens from here on out between the couples and those who are really on the brink of breakup or who are just hanging by a thread. Before we get into the specifics of tonight's show, we all know the casualties that I'm talking about. Melissa and Josh, honey mom once more, and Josh feels like he's a sex object and he doesn't want to be a sex object. Claire and Jesse, the cheating scandal between Adam and Claire, and Kathleen and Shannon. I don't know where these two are at. I just feel like Kathleen should have, left the show 3 days ago, but again, it's just my opinion. I can't really help these kids make the decision for them. And as well as Bronte and Harrison, these two tried to call a truce and move back in together, with Harrison moving back in together. But how long does this last, you and me both? I really don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna find out tonight on the couch. First things first though, the show season episode 9, started off with a recap of what happened last night, towards the end, or the night that ended Confessions Week. And we can see all of the couples trying to get ready for the commitment ceremony that's about to start. It is the first commitment ceremony for this season. And if you know what the commitment ceremony is about, glad. But if you don't know, I'll just give you a little preview. Commitment ceremony is a ceremony where the couples, come face to face with the experts, trying to help them unpack the relationship as it is, or the challenges that have been given to them the week prior, and find out where these couples are at and help them along the way. That's essentially what the commitment ceremony is about. Now, at the end of the session, it's like a therapy session. At the end of this session, there is a recommitment of their marriage, and that is to either stay or leave. And there's a catch. If one couple writes stay and another couple leaves, well, they have one more week in on the experiment to salvage whatever is left of their relationship. And if they come to the conclusion that they are unable to salvage whatever it is they have, then they will both leave. From memory, I think that's what it is. And so the commitment ceremony kicks off again. There's always the huddle between the ladies, separate from the men. Now, the reason for the huddle is just to get the ladies to share and gain an insight as to how they are tracking in the relationship, to see if the decision that they're about to make is the best one for them, as well as the men also, meeting up as well to have a discussion on where they are at and how the week or the challenges that was before them the week prior can help them, stay on the experiment or leave. Whilst the other women went ahead for their huddle session, we see Linda, sort of unsettled and a little bit confused. She stayed behind. Apparently, she's got some information that she's withholding, and she didn't want to have that huddle with the other girls in order not to reveal what she knows. And she's waiting to reveal all at the hot seat. Now, Linda actually reminds me of Domenica from the season prior, season 9. Yes. She seems like the Domenica of this season. She feels like she knows it all and she has to always give her 2 cents in. I don't know how that's going to work for her, because we saw how the other couples fought back and sort of went against Dominica for her upfront and no holds barred opinion, especially during commitment ceremonies. So I don't know how this is going to go for Linda, but girl, good luck. I can't wait to hear the information you have though, because again, that's why I'm here. Juicy as, tell us. So the couples have made their entrance onto the commitment ceremony space and introduced themselves. And once all the pleasantry was done, the expert went on to grab the first couple onto the hot seat, and that was Jesse and Claire. Well, as we all know, these two were already a disaster waiting to happen, and Alexandro, the sexologist, quickly noticed the tension between them and called it out. And Jesse was, he literally couldn't wait to just start spilling, and he spilled. He mentioned he talked about the event leading up to the chaos that is their relationship and how he confronted Adam. And well, Claire decided to say, well, I wasn't talking to Adam, I was talking to my girls, I was doing this. To which Adam was like, no, I wasn't talking to Claire. I was on the phone with Linda's partner, Cameron. And, sort of making Jesse like doubt himself and feel shot, like I shot myself in the foot now. And he sort of wanted to, take back all the initial aggression that he had towards Adam. He did take it back and said, okay, my bad. Now that I know the true story, well, I guess maybe I overreacted. But then Lindo said, hang on a minute. You know what, Jesse, you might be right in feeling the way you're feeling. And that is because I overheard Adam say that, oh my God, Lindo, can I stay with you? Because if I leave, I'm going to go home with Claire. Booyah. And Adam couldn't really dig his way out of this one. He was a bit fidgety, thought his way through this particular allegation. He didn't really deny or accept that it happened. He was a bit vague. It might have happened. I might have said it. It's always in the third person singular. Like, I don't know. It might not be me. Maybe it was me. I can't even remember if it was me. It could be me projecting to my third person. And the expert was like, wow, that's unacceptable behavior from you. We can understand why Jesse's feeling the way he's feeling, but at the same time, Jesse, you're wrong for, trying to be overprotective or overpossessive, and, sort of got Claire a little bit worried, and she distanced herself from you. You know what? At the end of the day, nothing was resolved. But for me, Janelle is the spouse that is just going to stay. For whatever reason she's staying, I have no idea, because she feels she can trust her man, Adam. And Janelle, I know you're a beauty influencer, so obviously you staying on is going to increase your following or your follower count on Instagram, and obviously it's business for you. But in the same vein, I do not know where your self-esteem lies right now. Do you have what's going on there? Because quite frankly, something isn't right here. But I guess that is why we're in the commitment ceremony, because you're here to grow, learn from your mistake, and see if we can move forward or progress. Who knows? This is just me. The truth was that Jesse and Claire, maybe start afresh and give it a go and see where it takes them. But before then, Jesse had to review his decision, and he said, I want to leave because this show or this experiment has turned me into a monster. I do not recognize the person that I am since being on this experiment nearly 2-3 weeks now, which actually is true. I say they are acting for the cameras, but he feels he's real. I cannot tell you. I don't know. And Claire's like, okay, I'm gonna stay because I feel like I want to give this a go. I want to give this one more chance. Claire, you wanted Adam 2 minutes ago. Now you want to stay. Who exactly are you staying for, Adam? Because I really don't know. This is confusing for me. And that's where it is too. So because one couple writes stay, they will both have to stay for another week to fix whatever situation they have going in their relationship. And rightly so, the next couple that was called onto the hot seat was Adam and Janelle. Adam quickly owned his shit by apologizing to Jesse, Claire, Janelle, and everyone else on the couch. He feels he may have done something, again with the third person singular. He feels he may have done something, to offend the group, to offend his partner, to offend everyone else that he has offended. And he's taking accountability for that. Well, good on you, Adam. We're just hoping, I hope this ends. But as we all know how this show goes, it's not going to end. Janelle feels she's very trusting. She supports her man 1000%. They have been intimate, because that has to be confirmed. I'm telling you, this is a soft porn show. Or this is a natural progression to a soft porn acting career for this contestant. I can't really tell you, but I'm sure that's what it is, because they all seem to have one thing in common, and that is a lot of sexual innuendos or sexual relationship as they go on. But that's me digressing, okay? And yeah, Janelle says, I trust you, Adam. You haven't given me a reason to not trust you. Okay, Janelle. And they both write, we're going to stay and continue on the experiment. Good luck, guys. Up next to the hot seat, Ollie and Tani. These two are in love heaven, and everything seems to be going very well with them. Ollie seems really excited about the matchup, as well as Tani. They are both finishing each other's sentences at this point. There's no drama here, and I am hoping that they keep up, this energy and just keep doing what they're doing. They exude happiness, and it's just a breath of fresh air, giving the experiment and the surrounding that they are in. It's a bubble, and the pressure sometimes get to even the best of couples. Their decision, simple. They're both going to stay and keep their love blossoming. Next up onto the hot seat, Melinda and Layton. These two, surprise, surprise. Oh my God, they have been intimate. And I'm blown away, because we all know how Melinda felt when she first met Layton, at the altar. Apparently, things has definitely changed. They are communicating well. Their relationship is blossoming. They're getting to know each other even better. And yeah, the decision again was easy for these two. They are both going to stay on and see how things progress for them in the experiment. We also see Dan and Sandy. Again, there's a bit of a slow burner here for them, but Sandy feels happy. She feels that Dan was a perfect match for her. Again, with the crusade, she seems to be here not just for herself, but for every girl who is raised in a strict cultural environment to be able to make decisions for themselves. Now, Sandy, you're here to find love, not be a crusader. Please stop. Just focus your energy on the love that you're about to build, or that you're building. Intimacy has not happened for these two. Not surprised. They are, however, saying that they have kissed. Okay. And the decision for them, again, quite easy. They are both going to stay on and keep the relationship burning. And next up is none other than Duncan and Alicia. These two are just beautiful to look at. Just beautiful. And they are both happy and in like. I do not know what that means. This is all new for me. But they seem to be getting on well. The confession week challenge, rattled them a little bit, but it ended up strengthening whatever they are building. And I would say, you know what, again, just like Ollie and Tani are going really good, Duncan and Alicia seem to be drama-free and, breath of fresh air again, and I am happy for them. Decision again here is quite easy. They are staying and continuing on the experiment to see what else unfolds for them. And we move on to the next couple. Quite literally. Harrison and Bronte. I had to pause because I wanted to just gather my thought just so that I can unpack this dynamics or the dysfunction that is Harrison and Bronte. Okay, so we got a little bit more clarity as to the event that happened at their wedding or whilst they were just meeting themselves for the first time. Backstory. Harrison has a girl on the outside, and prior to coming on the show, hooked up with the girl from the outside. And it became apparent to everyone that he's in here for love. He's probably here for, for the celebrity status that he's going to get out of this show, pretty much. And despite the fact that Bronte's sister, was trying to antagonize Jessica, Bronte's friend who broke the whole story, it became, apparent that Harrison isn't the guy that Bronte should be hanging with. They did call truce, were intimate, and then it went downhill from there, with Bronte seeking some space, asking him to leave. The honeymoon was a shit show. They came back, moved in together, only for 5 minutes, where Bronte asked Harrison to move out, and Harrison has been capitalizing on that separation as the reason why the relationship isn't progressing, forgetting the fact that he is in fact the reason why the relationship is not progressing. He really got very, very annoyed with the experts for alluding that he's not here for the right reasons. And Alexandra just called him out on his BS again. Like, let him know that, mate, you have to just stop, because we can actually see right through you. Maybe the girl next to you isn't saying what we are saying, but we can actually see through the noise that you're, making. And he kept being very defensive. Yes, I was with her. Yes, she took the photos of me packing. Yes, I was with her the night I packed for the show. So, to me, where I'm sitting, Bronte, what are you still doing there? Leave. But I don't know why she's still there. The humiliation, I'm actually feeling the humiliation on her behalf. And that's saying something. If you that's in the situation, in the experiment, is not seeing all the red flags, then I'm sorry. Something is wrong with you. You probably need to go see therapists by yourself, because you've got issues. You've got self-esteem issues. There's no commitment here. There's nothing holding on. Like, there's no stake. So why stay on? Oh, I forgot. TV time. Yes, that's definitely why. Harrison was just uninterested. He couldn't be bothered. At the end, his decision, again, I want to leave because I don't feel like I need to be here. I don't feel like Bronte's putting in any work. Again, with the gaslighting, this dude, he has got no self-awareness. No self-awareness whatsoever. And Bronte, what was her decision? She wants to give you one more go because her mama said no quitting. Really? Your mama will be begging you to come back home right this minute. But then, she's staying, giving the relationship one more go to see how, it fixes itself. That's if it fixes itself. Because at this point, I feel Harrison is, all his actions is actually telling the girl on the outside that I am with you. I don't want her. I need the fame to support you when I get out of here. Because every action by Harrison is calculated to the leave. And Bronte is just there holding, I don't know what she's holding, because there's no thorn to even hold, let alone a rose. There is nothing. We'll see what happens come intimacy week, because next, or the week we're about to get into, the challenge will be intimacy week. This is right up Melissa's alley, which we'll get into soon. But I guess I want to see how this unfolds for Bronte. As we digest the fact that Harrison's 21-year-old girlfriend helped him pack his luggage, to come on to the experiment. Next up onto the hot seat is none other than Melissa, the honey mom, and Josh. You could see the chemistry between these two is off. There is some tension, definitely not sexual tension, because Melissa's had, a walkout out of Josh in this department. I just feel like Josh is withdrawn. He's like feeling irritated, doesn't even want to be on that hot seat with Melissa. But then again, they had to obviously unpack their week, which he did, basically trying to tell the expert that Melissa literally described him as a sexual object, or Melissa sees him as a sexual object, and he does not want to be known or categorized or put in a box just because he's a man who has a male reproductive organ. I am trying to be nice with the words because I do not want to be vulgar and I don't want YouTube to censor whatever I say, but it was explicit. He literally said, this lady sees me and only identifies me as something that has got a male organ. And that's all she can see. And Melissa was like, well, we had a rough week. It was good at the start. But however, though, I am willing to take sex out of the equation and get to know Josh. So again, as we all know, Melissa has got no idea about the man she's next to. She does know that he's Thor lookalike with a decent sized hammer, whatever that means. And Josh, reiterated the fact that he is happy that he was matched with Melissa. Just that there were some things that just rubbed him off the wrong way. With these two, I just can't seem to control myself. That's just how hilarious the storyline is. Well, the experts, especially Alexandra, who is a sexologist, was like, no, please don't take away the sexual part of it. I want that embedded in the situation because I am very vested in your sexual life, okay? In your sexual health. I need to know. Please find a way to have your bond emotionally, but also integrate the sexual side of things. I want them two to connect. I want it to be part of it. And you could just see Josh literally wanting the seat to open so he goes inside. Their decision, however, surprised me because I wasn't expecting Josh to write stay. But he did write stay, so does Melissa. They feel that they owe it to themselves to give the relationship a red hot crack. Hopefully without sex. But guess what? It's intimacy week next week. This is playing up to Melissa's alley. I do not know what's going to become of Josh after next week. I'm here to give it to you guys. I will bring it on. Stay tuned. In fact, I might just get the whole episode or whatever episode that they will be on and just tag it as that episode and talk about them till the end of the episode. Because this is juicy. As much as I feel sorry for Josh and I feel like he needs our help, you know what? This is juicy and I am here for it. Next up is Cameron and Lindo. Now, there's nothing to see here, folks. They are two loved birds just having the time of their life. However, remember my last post, my gossip post, where there's a spoiler alert and I hear Josh and Lindo hooked up. Now, I do not know how that unraveled. I cannot wait to unpack that when it happens. Until then, let's just enjoy the bliss that is Cameron and Lindo. They seem happy and despite the challenge of her having her medical condition, Cameron seemed to be all too happy and accepting of Lindo. According to him, this is his first ever relationship, and things are going great. Now, there's no surprise there that the decision for them is to stay on the experiment, and we'll see how it goes for them. I just cannot wait to see how it ends because we all now know it's going to end. Sad, but I just cannot wait for that part. Sorry, guys. I am here for the content. And the final couple for tonight is Shannon and Caitlin. Now, we need to look at the picture of Shannon because this picture did it for me, guys. Dude looks like he is on something. Dude looks like he's having a hard time concentrating. I feel like he's experiencing some opioid withdrawals, guys. Is it that steroids? That's like he got a bad batch of steroids because he was all red. He was just uncomfortable and miserable. Looks on edge. But anyway, let's get to the nooks. So he was called onto the court seat, and very, very quickly we found out that he's still in love with his ex. We all knew this from confession week coming in, but then it got confirmed to the expert that he's still in love with his ex, to which the expert were like, if we know this, if we knew this before or when you were applying, there's no way you could have been here. Well, they said the same for Harrison as well. And guess what? Dude was hanging out with his partner, I'm pretty sure, on the day before he went on the show. Because he said the week. But I'm like, there's no way. I'm pretty sure she also helped him pack his bag. That's how salacious this season is. These guys are just misbehaving. And now, this is the part that is interesting, right? Because the expert seems to be conducting all this evaluation on this contestant to make sure that they are viable candidates for the show. Now, if your evaluation has failed, what does that tell us about you guys and your expertise? I will not be coming to any of you for an expert advice anytime soon. Pretty much. I will not, because if you guys have failed to spot the deceit, the narcissism, the gaslighting that is Shannon and Harrison, what else are you not? But I guess the decision ultimately relies on production to decide who goes in and who doesn't get the ticket. So again, for TV value, I am pretty sure is the reason, because there is no way production is not in the know that Shannon has a girlfriend from on the outside, or Harrison did not have someone he was seeing. I'm pretty sure the girls would have actually said something or sent in a letter or a DM or something to this production to let them know, oh my God, he's got a girlfriend outside. But I really don't know. You and I will just be on the fence on this one and not know exactly what's going on. But I can tell you, these guys know exactly what is going on, and they pair these people up for drama. And Caitlyn, who has been in this same situation on the outside, where her ex-partners have actually been in love with their ex, like deja vu, all over again. And this is what surprised me. She actually wrote stay. They both wrote stay. Stay on for what? You are still in love with your ex and you want to make it work. Like, listen to yourself. This is where it ends. I refuse to be confused about this too. I want to see how this progresses. I'm pretty sure it's not going to go far, but let's just enjoy them while it lasts. Chaos. And we can't wait for Intimacy Week with Alexandro. It is sure going to be a blockbuster. Now, with the excitement on Melissa's face, who is too keen for Intimacy Week to start. I cannot. Josh, again, blink if you need us to get you help, okay? Just blink for help. We'll come help you. That's it, guys. Until tomorrow, where I come and unpack episode 10. Cheers. Bye.